Doing something a little different today. This grass was all dead, totally hammered, and I want to bring it back. So I just turned the sprinklers on, and I'm going to show you, I think, a big part of why all this grass has died here. So if you look, I'm going to try to get close to the sprinkler. Well, that one's actually broken, and that one's at such an angle, it's spraying up here, but down here is just going into the dirt. Quite a few of these don't look like they're even spraying. Hey, that one's a good sprayer. So my first step is just doing an evaluation here and trying why the grass is dead. And probably a good chance is it's not getting enough water. The timer's running. I'm running this 45 minutes 3 times a week. But now I realize, like, this stuff's getting nothing. Totally nothing at all. And I'm surprised this isn't doing a little bit better. So I'm going to go through and fix up all these sprinklers. There's a couple ways you could do it. You could make notes of what every sprinkler is. Like if this one's a half spray, you'd go buy a half spray, like 180 degree sprayer. But I got a better idea. This is what I purchased right here. These are Rainbirds. So you got to make sure they look similar. Like these are going to be female threaded sprinkler heads to a male threaded sprinkler nozzle. But this particular type right here is adjustable. So they'll spray up to 12 feet, and I can turn that down to do 8 feet or 6 feet or something. And they could do any angle. So I just rather buy these in bulk. In bulk, I can buy these like $1 a piece. So $25 to redo all these heads. And I don't see any leaks. If there's leaks, that's a different thing. We'll have to dig down and fix a pipe. But I think what I'll do first is dig down and straighten that one out, and then start swapping out these heads, and then just as a baseline, and I'll see where I'm at. No surprise on this one, that was really crooked. It's on a swing pipe, which means it's not connected directly to a hard pipe. It's on like a swivel joint. So because it's on the swing pipe, it's pretty easy. Just dig in the direction you want it to go, pull the dirt out, stand it up, put the dirt on the bottom side, or on the side there that it needs the dirt, and then I'll just stomp this a little bit, and then I can see the nozzle a little better. I think I'll probably change that one. It looked like it was spraying decent, but I'm leaning more towards changing every single one, because you notice as they get older, there's spots that are getting a lot, and then there'll be a spot where it's going to be totally dry. So I'll probably just swap that nozzle out. That's really easy. I'll be standing not in the shadow here. Check it out. So sometimes you need little pliers, but sometimes not. That one's a little tight. So let me get these open. Of course, my plier is packed with dirt. Alright, I got it cracked open here. So it's a lot easier with 2 hands. But I'm not gonna carry around a little tripod. My focus is always getting the job done. In the videos, it's kind of just an afterthought, like a bonus. Yeah, that looks like it's compatible. So the tricky part's gonna just be getting that little filter out of there. I like to look at the filter, see if it looks messed up, like if it's clogged with stuff. If it's clogged with stuff, what I'll do is I'll pull it out, I'll go turn the station on, and I'll flush the sprinklers. Like, see, that one is kind of messed up. So no big deal. I'm going to set that right there for a second. I'm going to jump out of the spraying zone. I'm going to turn the sprinkler on. Alright, so for turning the sprinklers on, I realized, there's a lot of different ways to do that. My timer is kind of far away, so what I can do is, I have these labeled, although they're starting to get, my Sharpie's getting a little faded. Here, one way to do it, like this one, see, this one has a valve right there. That's one way. But This one has a slightly different. This is the solenoid to turn on and off. I can just turn that counterclockwise here for a second. Well, not the correct one. I was pretty sure it was. Shoot. Can't read my writing anymore. It's kind of disappeared. Just trial and error. Alright, I'm pretty confident on that one. So I should get a geyser here. It's coming out. I'm pushing all the air out right now. We're probably good already, so I'll shut it off. You know, any debris would be gone by now. So I'm just gonna go down, shut off that valve. Or if you go to your timer, you could do a manual runtime. You know, put a manual runtime on for a little bit, and then come back to it. So now that one's ready. I'll bring my knife here. So this is actually really easy work, and I'll show you the way to do this. Really, actually, pretty cheap. I'll get all this grass fixed up, and then I'll do a follow-up video. It'll turn out good. And I'll do all these sprinklers in 2 hours, and then get the timers dialed in. You know, like I'll do some tests, make sure I got good coverage, get an idea how many minutes I really need to run it, because I'm sort of starting from scratch. We bought the house years ago, and I had so many other projects and I really fixed this one. So I don't know how many hours or minutes it needs to run. So there'll be a little bit of figuring here. So let me get a new one out. Okay, watch how easy this is. Drop in the filter. Right, and then just take this, turn this down. Easy, easy, easy. Sometimes I'll have to like lift it up so I can get it nice and tight. And then this adjustment down here, the little round sleeve, actually it's the black one. I'm going to turn that all the way counterclockwise. That's going to start with like no water flow. Actually, this one's a full circle, so you know what? I might as well jump right into it. I'm going to turn it all the way clockwise. All the way clockwise will give a full 360 circle. The other ones on the edges, I'm going to start with 0, and then I'll go over and I'll open them up to get them dialed in. So I'm going to pause, take care of all these sprinklers. If I find anything weird, I will stop and make a special video for something weird, but it's probably pretty standard. Hopefully, if you're doing this in pipes, if you have a broken pipe, that's a different job. If you have one of these sprinkler bodies, that's a little bit of a different job, but not that bad. Dig around it, unscrew it, get one that's the right height, screw it down, and then I like the adjustable nozzles. But not a real big thing. Getting busy. So then when I get them all in, I'll go around and adjust. That one needed a full circle. This one though, you can see it. This one order. So it will spray down this line all around and around the corner. It was placed well by whoever, you know, original irrigation system. It's just to go through and make sure that I get every single fixed sprayer design would be a big pain, and plus now I can tweak it. So like what I pulled out of one of those was a half, but I'll just go and buy a bulk bag and custom kind of set it up. This one's spraying pretty good. That one's spraying pretty good. I'm looking to see if there's any. Sometimes they get buried in dirt and they don't pop up. I feel like there could have been some around this edge, but I don't see any. I'll be soaked by the end of today, but that's part of the job. Like this one, see, I installed, but I didn't adjust yet, so let's do this adjustment together. Of course, it's right. You know what? Skip this. We'll get where I'll have one that's not in my shadow. Let's installed and ready for adjustment. That little silver screw in the middle, that'll control how far it sprays, or like the volume of water. But I'm expecting to be able to use this one as is, so watch as I just tweak this on. Okay, see, it's just spraying forward. Now you'll notice, see that angle? As I increase, that angle doesn't change, it's this one changing. So if you notice, what I really need, I need to spin this down to here. That's easy enough. I'm going to just decrease this a little for a moment. These pliers usually open up really good, but they've been stuck in the dirt for half the day. 2 hands required. Piece of junk. Un momento. Okay, there we go. Alright, so, yeah, they're stiff. Alright, check it out. Grab it and try to not mark it up. Spin it. Yeah, this one, easier said than done. Right? Now look, that one is definitely where I want it. Now as I turn this up, we're pretty much going to be at a half, just a little over a half actually. Because look, I want it to get around the corner just a little. So now this one is spraying. You know what, I should probably turn it just a little more counterclockwise. Yeah, actually no, it's hitting here fine. Not the bulk of it. I may actually back this off a hair. Right, so now, just a touch more. So now I can see I'm getting everywhere that I want. You know, and I'll leave these running, and there's 2 things I can do. I could set out a whole bunch of little glasses, of like cups, like plastic cups or glasses or something, and see that they're all getting filled. But the other thing I can do is I'll run this for like a half, and then I'll go around and I'll look for any dry spots, and I'll feel the soil. And to be honest, there's gonna be hard spots and soft spots. Soft spots being where it's wet, hard spots being where it's a little bit dry. And I haven't perfected that, but I don't intend to. Some of it's gonna get a little bit overwatered, especially because this is on a slope. You know, like these sprinklers down here, when this system shuts off, the sprinklers down here are kind of draining, so that side ends up a little bit wet. But getting close, so I'm gonna keep turning these on.